I'm Zetta Jayes, and everybody's heard that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Well, what if your own imitator lives in your own neighborhood, and you have the beauty of finding out what's behind those 200 voices or something that he does? We're lucky to have him on the show today. Art Benshadel, thank you for being with me. Now, as I said, good health from home is meant to really inspire people to live happily. So certainly your voices have brought joy to people and laughter to people. So like Curly, Larry, and Moe?
Certainly. Rough, rough.
But as we get to the bottom of most of the subjects in my show, I find out how people came to be what they are, but through trials and tribulations. How did your childhood lead you to your 200 plus voices? Tell me, how did you come to become an impersonator like you are?
Well, this is a long story, but I'll try to make it pretty simple.
Give me a thumbnail.
I came from a kind of a disjointed family. I was an only child that spoiled rotten. My father was an alcoholic, and my mother had some emotional problems. So my life was not always that peachy keen. I didn't have a father knows best kind of a family.
Wasn't a Norman Rockwell picture.
No, not, although I'm an artist.
Right.
No, it wasn't that kind of picture at all. Although there were some happy times in my life. And, my mom and dad did love me, but sometimes they weren't always there. So
now I want you to tell me, who was your babysitter?
The one-eyed monster, the television set.
The television set.
Exactly.
Because back those days, you saw a lot of the classic early entertainment shows, like Ed Sullivan.
Yeah. Right now, right here on our show, we got the fantastic Rodney Dangerfield. Oh, gee, Mr. Sullivan. Oh, when am I going to be up here? How come I got to wait for Elvis? Thank you very much.
And then there was, oh God, he had everybody on, didn't he?
Yeah, and my mentor when I was a little boy was a man by the name of Jonathan Winters.
Oh, that guy
he was my hero. He had a 15-minute program at 4 o'clock, and right after school, I went to see him, and I thought he did great. He did a character by the name of, it developed into Maud Frickert, but he called her Grandma Hops, and Grandma Hops sounded just like Maud Frickert. I got goosebumps all over my body.
I would think, though, listening to you, that you like voices that have texture and character to them, which you did.
Exactly. So when I became older, my voice is about as deep as it is now.
Right.
And I started to tailor my voices so I could do people like John Wayne. And then, of course, I could do Jimmy Stewart, you see. Yeah.
I bet they love you in nursing homes, don't they?
Yes, they do, because I bring back some old stories and old television programs and movies. I
don't think we can really identify another comedian like Jonathan Winters if we think about it today.
No, he's an icon. He's, when they got him, they broke the mold.
So now you must have demand for newer characters too, like Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yes, but Arnold is not quite that new anymore. He was a great actor, then he became the governor of California, and now he's back to acting again.
Okay, and, there's Crocodile Dundee.
That's right, mate. Crocodile Dundee.
And of course, you can't overlook the political scene, like, Barack Obama.
That's right. He's our president of the United States, like it or not.
He's a difficult voice to do, huh?
Very difficult, but I'm working on it.
How about his contender, Mr. McCain?
Yes, well, former senator, he still is a senator. He's a former Republican candidate, John McCain. Well, he's going to be still a thorn in his side. But he also is a great compromiser as well.
We have a political year coming up. Are there any politicians in Washington that you would do, or any commentators? Newt Gingrich? Is he
I have a hard time with him. I can't do everybody. Newt is tough.
He's tough. What you're telling me is a whole way of life kind of passed between the time you first started doing voices and watching Ed Sullivan and today. Like, for example, I can't imagine you do Richard Gere or what you would do with Tom Cruise.
Well, to me, they're monotone.
Yeah.
Some people can do them. I'm not one of them. Like, a lot of people couldn't do Bob Hope. I know like 3 people who could do Bob Hope.
Right. Jack
Unfortunately-
Benny, there was
Well,
another.
Jack Benny, he had a little bit more substance in the way he spoke.
And
you
of course,
see.
everybody knows by watching It's a Wonderful Life every Christmas that
Well,
Jimmy
that-
Stewart lives on.
Oh, yeah, you see, he's George Bailey here, yeah. And it's always been a wonderful life for George Bailey, you see. He didn't think anybody liked him at first, but
So you
he
see,
found out to be the hero of the town here.
I'm kind of lucky that I have all these voices right here in Central New York.
You better
I would
feel
ask
lucky.
you, Art, where have you worked and where have you applied your voices and what kind of
Well,
settings?
I did a lot for radio, and then I did a lot for on-hold message programs. I've done a few TV shows, and a lot of it is just local things like that.
You did also a CD for children,
Yes,
radio,
Animal Radio, that's
with Tom
correct.
Shine.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. What voices did you do for Animal Radio for that?
Oh, I did quite a few of them. I did a Clint Eastwood, and I did a
Columbo, he was one of the animals in the forest. They called him Mortimer Squirrel. And he talked like this. Just one more thing, ma'am. If I was you, I wouldn't be leaving the forest anytime too soon, see?
There you go. There, Columbo as a squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
Where
Yeah.
else do you see that? And of course, that CD is available for sale, isn't it? On
Yes,
a
I believe
website
it still
somewhere.
might be. I'm not sure. It's been
But
a
more
few
than
years.
that, you're available for hire.
Yes, I am.
And if someone wants to hire you, for example, let's give them a scenario like a retirement party is coming up,
Mhm.
or you have someone in a nursing home turning 90.
Yeah,
This is definitely some candidate that would love to hear from John Wayne
Yeah.
or Cary Grant.
Cary Grant, Judy,
Some of the
Judy, Judy.
legends.
I never said that.
well, a lot of these people, of course, were World War II veterans or lived through World War II, and I'm a history buff, and I love to talk about that particular time period.
So
I
let's.
was a reenactor for quite a few years.
You've done reenacting also.
I've done Civil War and World War II.
Right. I would ask you which contact should people pursue your email.
Yes.
That's bshades8@gmail.com. We're going to have that on our screen. Our guest today is Arthur Benshadel, also known as Curly Larry and Moe, also known as several other voices. Thanks for being here, Art. And we look forward to having you again on our program soon.
Thank you for having me here.
I'm Zetta Jayes, Good Health from Home, and glad to see you. Bye-bye.